What's up, Pete? This is your boy Jay. I am under the hood of the 2008 Crown Vic, and I am going to do this video because I have to. Now, I've been telling my cousin that he's been having a issue here with cylinder 1 here on the Crown Vic here, and I've been trying to tell him that there is no power going to the coil here on cylinder 1. As you can see by this large bolt here, this cylinder had a spark plug that blew out of it. How do I know? Because I changed it earlier today and there was a little cap on here. Somebody had to use that kit to rethread the spark plug in here, and you cannot put a regular spark plug in here again unless you put that little cap on it. So now, I did this earlier because I learned this trick with a Noid light, but I don't have a Noid light. So I'm going to be using this simple LED strip right here to teach a teachable moment here with this LED strip. Now, with the Noid light, you plug it into, you take the, you can use it for either these, your coil pack or your fuel injector. And what it does, when you start the car, you see a blinking pulsing to let you know that there is power coming from this connector to power the fuel injector and to also give power to the ignition coil. So I've done this earlier, but I wanted to record this video to show you guys exactly what I am talking about with this particular problem. Here on cylinder 1, he's having the issue because there is no power coming from the PCM or whatever to power cylinder 1 here. And this is we put a brand new coil pack in, I put a spark plug and all that. He don't need a fuel injector. I don't think he need a fuel injector, but we could change that and put a new fuel injector in here, which will probably be cool too. But I've tested this fuel injector and the light is solid. There's no pulsing on this fuel injector like it is on cylinder 5. See, I'm going to be using cylinder 1 and cylinder 5 for the teachable moments, guys. So I'm going to start the engine. I'm going to pull off the coil pack, the ignition coil plug here on cylinder 5, and I'm going to also pull off the fuel injector for cylinder 5, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about, guys. So let's go right to the car. We do have a check engine light because it's a P0351. There's no power going to the to that cylinder. He think, oh well, we just need to change the spark plug, or we just need to change the coil pack, or we just fuel injector. Like, no, that's not the issue. The issue is you're not getting power to it, man. Sorry about that, guys. Let the camera focus. And we're going to start the engine. Start the engine. And he's probably going to have to change that damn either the flex plate or something that's going on up under here. You probably need to get that flex plate changed out too, because it's making a lot of contact with something that's going on when you start it. You just heard that noise. But anyway, right here, guys. All right, now I'm going to use this strip here, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Now, when you pull this off, the idle changes, which it just did. It's not sound. And I'm going to try and put this little light into here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to set this down real quick, okay? All right, let's put this in here. We'll put the positive side, which is the back side, the positive side. Let's get this up here so we can see it. Plug that into the positive. Now let's plug this into the negative side. Pull them out. Put it in there. Let's get that in there. This damn thing is just, oh my goodness. Get this in here. Now I'm gonna show him if I can get this thing, these little wires to sit in here. All right. Now I want you to see that. Let's see if I can turn it off. Now you see the flickering? That lets you know that this cylinder head is good. That's from that's the coil pack number 5 that I'm using. I just took it off the coil pack number 5. And you see that light? I'm gonna darken it again so you can see the light. Now you see that light that's flickering? That means that there's power coming from this connector to power on that coil right there. Did you see that? Now, we're gonna do the same thing to cylinder 1, and I'm gonna show you that there's no power going to that cable. Now, usually you do this with a Noid light. I don't have a Noid light, so I just use a simple LED strip. And this is a 2-prong plug, so I just plug the simple LED strip in there, and that lets you know that you're getting power to that ignition coil over there. Now I'm gonna do the same thing to the fuel injector and let you know that we should get the same pulse on the fuel injector that we got on the ignition coil plug. I'm gonna set this down for a minute and we're gonna set that up for the fuel injector. I'm gonna plug the coil back in and then we'll do it for the fuel injector. Okay, let's take that off. Okay, now the idle just got back right. All right, this is the fuel injector for number 5. The dark one is going to be brown. And the light one is going to be sorry about that, gentlemen. People. Now, I got it hooked up to the fuel injector, and I'm gonna darken it so you can see the pulse coming from the fuel injector. See how that fuel injector, how it's pulsing? So we got a good feeling, we got a good connection to the fuel injector. So we know it's not the fuel injector or the ignition coil, but cylinder 5. So that was just a test on that side. Now, we plug this back in. Oh, now the idle just changed. The idle speed just changed. Now I unplugged this side here on the ignition coil here, or that's a fuel injector. Let's do the ignition coil here for cylinder 1. All right, I'm gonna get it out of there. See, there's no change in the idle. I don't know what's going on with this coil. It's not getting any power to it or whatever. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna test this one too. Okay? We're gonna test this one too. See if I can get my phone to sit up for me while I do that. Sorry about that, people. Let's see if we get this phone to, I should have brought my tripod out. So, we're gonna look for the positive and ground side on this cylinder 1. The green being the dark side, which goes in here. And the now let's show you. Now I got it all hooked up in here just like I did on cylinder 5, guys. I'm gonna cut the light. Look, nothing at all, nothing. There's no juice coming from this side on, I don't know where, it's either a short somewhere or a break somewhere or something. I need to trace it and find it, but there's no power from the PCM coming to this coil here, this plug for the coil here. No power at all. I just turned the light off and I'll do it again. No power. And it's plugged up the same way on the back end of here. I'll show you. The green is your ground and the red is your positive. I will go plug this up and show you again on the cylinder just to prove it to you that we got it all. We got the plug the right way. The green one is the ground, and the red is your positive here. And like I said, the green is the ground, which is the black wire, and that's the positive wire, which is that red one. So there's no power going to this thing to give any power to this ignition coil. So it's something going on either in the wires or the PCM or something, but there's no power coming from the PCM to this ignition coil. None whatsoever. We're not getting any power from this thing. And I'll take it off and plug it back up, and I'll plug in the also we'll check that fuel injector also here on cylinder 1 too. So let's plug this coil back in on cylinder 1. Hit the snap. Let's pull out the plug for the ignition coil. I mean the fuel injector. It looks a little wet in here too. So it looks wet in here. Looks like it's got some oil or something in there. I don't know what that is, but that looks like it's some oil or something in there, guys. Can you see that? There's something going on in there, man. I don't know what that is in there. It looks like there's oil in there, man. Now we might have to change out this fuel injector anyway. So what I'll do is I'll go see if I can get another fuel injector and replace that fuel injector for him too. We'll do that too. Go get another fuel injector. So this thing looks like, and we probably have to do something with this connection. This thing got oil or something in here. That's probably why. So, but let's plug it up and see if we get any pulsing from this like we did the other one. Okay. Let's find our power side, which is this side. It's our power side there. And this should be our negative side here. Now, as you can see, guys, we're getting power to it, but it's not pulsing. We're getting power, and I'm going to show you on the light once I can get this thing to stay on. Okay, yeah, it's just keep coming out. It's just popping out. Okay. Okay, you got to get this to sit up. Okay, come on, sit up. There we go. Now I'm going to cut the light here and let you see it. Look at that. No pulse, guys. It's getting power, but there's no pulsing. And that's coming from the fuel injector, guys. That's on the fuel injector plug. Okay? It just lights up. So it is getting some power, but it's not pulsing. See, when I plugged it up to cylinder number 5, it was pulsing. See, there's no pulsing on this one. So there is getting some kind of power to this. And of course, this cord is, there's this connector look like it's wet on the inside or something. So we're probably going to change all of that connector and the fuel injector, and see what we need to change on that. So yeah, we're gonna change all of that out. I'm gonna see if we can change that fuel injector and change this connector, because the little piece right here on the connector is broken anyway. So yeah, this thing is getting some power, but it's not pulsing. So it's something going on with cylinder 1, guys. So it's something going on. It's something going on in this wiring here that it's not getting any power to the to this circuit or whatever. I don't know what's going on here, but we need to check this here, see if it's a break in the line or it's something going on with these lines here. I need to check that. But that is the only problem that I'm having with this Crown Vic. Why the check engine light is on? Because cylinder 1 is not getting any power to power the coil. There's no power going. There's no power coming from the plug-in. There's no power. I mean, we put the brand new coil pack in. It's doing the same thing. We took the coil pack and put it on the cylinder number 5, and it's getting power. As you guys can see, that you can see that there's power coming from this thing. So, like I said, on here, the colors are pretty much the same. On here, the red is the power side, and that green is your ground. So that's your ground there. That's how I know that this thing was getting power, because once I plugged it in, you guys already saw how the light was pulsing. There was a pulse coming out. It was pulsing. the light was blinking. So now we see that there's something going on here. You know, my only option could be is something going on here. Is something going on here, and we need to find out what's going on and why there's no power going to the coil pack on cylinder 1. So guys, I had to bring this video to you guys even though it's late. I just had to bring this video to you guys because this car been with me for the last couple days or whatever, and I just want my cousin to understand that putting another spark plug in it ain't gonna change it, because it's not the spark plug. It's getting spark. I mean, it is getting some type of power to the fuel injector, but it's not pulsing like the fuel injectors on the other car. I mean, I can check all of these. All of them will do the same. I already pulled out each plug from the coil packs and the fuel injectors on each one of these, and it changed the idle. This is the only one that's not, it's just that the idle has not changed on this thing. It's the only one. I pulled out that coil pack there, the idle's still the same. I pulled out the injector, the idle's still the same. But when I pulled it out on cylinder 2, cylinder 3, cylinder 4, 5, all the way through 8, the idle changed. So it's something going on with cylinder 1. So it does have a cap on the spark plug, because the engine, like I said, when I changed the spark plug out, this damn thing had the spark plug done blew out of this thing before. So, and then this oversized damn bolt in here is not the same size as all of the smaller ones that's already on here. So you can tell it blew out of the spark, that it blew out of the cylinder head. So they got this oversized bolt in here. The bad thing about it is they didn't tell him that the spark plug blew out of this thing. So I'm trying to help get my cousin right, guys. And I'm gonna see if I can go get him a PCM for this car and see if that'll fix it, and if that'll change it. If it does, then we probably just fix the whole car together. But if it doesn't, then I don't know what else to tell him. I just told him to stop dumping useless money into problems that is not a problem, man. So like I said, as you can see, the check engine light is on, and no matter how many times you clear it, it will come right back on when you start it up. And that's because cylinder 1 is not getting any fire. So there's no juice on cylinder 5. There's no juice coming to cylinder 5, guys. So I just wanted him to understand that. So when he calls me tomorrow, which he's probably gonna do, I'm gonna have to tell him, look, I just did a video and I posted it on YouTube showing what the problem is with your car. So don't go buy a damn spark plug or a damn, well, we can put a new fuel injector in now. Like that one got a little oil or something in there. So we will change out that fuel injector and put a new one in there. And I'll probably cut a connector and put that new connector on there too. But I still think we need to do, I still think that that driver for cylinder 1 is gone. I think that ignition coil driver is gone. I believe it is, because we're not getting any power to that ignition coil. All the other ones, 2 through 8, they're all getting power. I just used cylinder number 5 to show you what I did, and I did it with just a simple LED strip. I don't have a noid light, but this worked just as great as a noid light, guys. As you can see, it pulsed like a noid light, and we tested it on the fuel injector, and we tested it on that ignition coil plugs. So it is getting power to those plugs. So we're gonna go to the junkyard. We're gonna cut some cables, cut some wires from those other ones, and see if that changes or whatever. And we'll try and get another PCM for them and see if that changes. So guys, this is a late video here, you know, on the 2008 Crown Vic. I wanted to do this late video for you guys. I mean, it's a good time to do it because it's dark outside, and I want you guys to see what I was doing. So yeah, that's another video to test your fuel injectors and your ignition coils to see if you're getting power to them. So I wanted to just put this video out to you guys. So this is your boy Jay, getting ready to sign off, saying, guys, thank you for always, you know, watching the content. But I had to bring this one to you guys, man. So it's late, guys. It's getting ready to be 12 o'clock. So Peace. Be safe. Be blessed. Catch you later. I'm out.